doing out there today? I hope this video finds you doing well. Hey, I want to tell you a little bit of background about what we're doing today. Yesterday I was at a garage sale and I picked up some boxes of baby shoes. Let me show you those right now. So I go to the garage sale and I see that she has these boxes of baby shoes. And I ask her, how much do you want for them? And she says, I don't know, what do you think they're worth? Before I can actually give her a price, she says, what do you say about $2 for all of them? I said, well, that seems kind of low. How about $5 for all of them? So she says, okay, that sounds good. Because I thought they were kind of cute and they're going to display kind of nicely. And so as I'm paying for these, I ask her, do you think, do you have any other comic books or toys or old vintage video game systems? She goes, actually, we do. They're up in the attic. So she calls her husband over and he goes, I'll tell you what, why don't you come back tomorrow and we will show you the comic books we have. They're mostly 1940s, 50s, 60s, DC and Marvel. And I said, that would be great. So yeah, I got all these baby shoes for $5. And I think they'll probably go for 10 to 20 bucks a box. Yeah, but now we're gonna head back and we're gonna look at some comic books. He says it's a box of Marvel and DC comics. He says that they're all from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Now, I hope that's true. It's always the case that that sounds like that's what you're going to find, but then you open it up and you find, you know, Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse, you know, Yogi Bear, all that kind of stuff. But hopefully it's all Marvel and DC, I hope. But I don't know what we're going to find out, so let's go find out what we're going to buy today, if we buy it. All right, drum roll, please. Right away, I like what I see. I love to see this X-Men comic already in a comic bag. And then we start to look at these DC comics over here. The Action Comics, Black Hawk, and others that follow are not in the best shape. There are spine issues, there are back covers that are missing. So all in all, these are really cool. Like this World Finest is missing the eye. This World Finest is about, the cover's about ready to come off the comic book, and this Detective Comics, it has ink writing on the cover. So these are not the best, but still they're pretty cool for their age. The Eager Beaver. F Troop, wow. Car 54.
She offered me this box of a box of these comic books, like in the, I think in the 80s.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, I'll take them.
Yeah.
And she says, well, I wish you knew that. I wish I knew that you liked comic books, because she had a box probably from the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Yeah.
50s and 60s, probably the 40s.
Oh no.
That she got rid of. And then, you know, she filled up the box of that. So somebody out there, hopefully.
Oh, and when you say got rid of, hopefully it's not.
Hopefully they found them and she didn't just throw them in.
Yeah, right, which happened a lot. I mean, it did happen a lot.
So they've been sitting in that box up in my attic since the late 80s. Or actually, I probably carried them to Arizona and back.
Did you? Dazzler. Yeah, they definitely have sweated together. Okay. And then we got a Sega, huh? I don't know much about these, but... Oh, Silver Surfer was a game. I didn't know that.
These were my wife's sons. And basketball.
Yeah. Game Boy. Oh, wait a minute. I think these are... Yeah, these are Nintendo. Okay. Those are Nintendo games. And yeah, these are just the... I don't know. Yeah, okay, yeah, Genesis, yeah. Yeah. Couldn't find Lisa, huh?
No.
Yeah, Homer needs a new shirt. So did you have a price in mind on...
I have no idea.
Would, let me ask you, would 300 buy everything?
Yes, it would. Are you interested in any
Oh,
of
yeah, I didn't
that?
even, yeah, I didn't even look at what it was.
Those were my toys. I got that from my Uncle Wes.
You haven't even got your coins out of it yet.
I couldn't get that back off, and I was not going to force it.
Oh, I got you.
No idea. Evidently not.
Okay, apparently not. Yeah, so what do you think?
300 would be great.
You're good? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, 300. 1, 2, and 3.
Super. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry to bother you so much this morning.
No, hey, I've been wanting to do something with those comic books. I know that they just aren't doing me any good
Yeah,
sitting
yeah.
anywhere, and somebody that I was hoping they would go to a collector. And
But yeah, here's the thing: they will all find their right home. You know what I mean? They're
that's what I want.
yeah. Okay. Oh, look! Come here.
It spit out a Canadian penny.
We were just talking like he goes, maybe it'll spit out a wheat penny.
I'm gonna keep the 1950
yeah,
in case some
yeah.
Canadian needs that for his collection.
Right? Exactly. I mean, I don't know how that happened, but
Well, you got my number if you find a 1909 VDB wheat penny in there. Yeah.
okay. Is that good?
You'll get to me, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're worth about $1 million right now. So.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much. I
very
greatly
much.
appreciate you. All right, everybody. Let's talk first about the Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and the NES games. I ended up giving those to my buddy Chris because that's the kind of the area he likes to focus on. So I gave them to him, and in turn, he gave me the Star Trek Next Generation Transporter, along with 20 packs of these Star Trek cards and a stack of open cards. So I think that was a pretty fair deal. Originally, JCPenney, this was priced at 30 bucks. And you know, I'm a big Star Trek fan, so I was happy to add this to my collection. I probably will not keep the cards. I'll put up here on the screen what I think a set of cards would go for. I cannot believe it's much. Or I'll put up on the screen what 20 of these cards might go for. So that's what happened with the Sega Genesis game. I did keep one game that was the Silver Surfer game that I did just sell for $24. Otherwise, I gave it all to Chris. All right, let's get into the comic books. What you see here on the table before you are what I consider lower end comic books. A lot of them are these gold key issues, right? Now, there's some good titles, right? There's like Lone Ranger. I'll put on the screen what that Lone Ranger might be worth. Or there's also Carlton Comics. There's Blondie, Super Dagwood. I mean, they're all in really nice shape. But at the end of the day, they're just not worth a lot. There's a lot of Gold Key, Yosemite Sam, Daisy and Donald, Looney Tunes, Flintstones, Dazzler, Betty and Me, Sad Sack, Casper's Ghost Land. You know, just a lot of Archie stuff going on here. And again, as I mentioned earlier, this is generally what happens. People say, hey, I've got a box full of Marvel, box full of DC. They're old 60s, 70s comics, and this is generally what you tend to be getting. Hopefully I'm going to find some collectors at this toy show coming up next month. And these comics I'm going to put out there on the table for $3 a piece. And hopefully if I could sell them all for $3 a piece, I pretty much get my money back from this deal. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that. Now let's go to the next one. Okay, now for this lot here, we've got stuff like the world's finest dollar cover price, Batman Detective Comics, $1. Some old Top Cat 20 cents, Superman 40-cent covers, Action Comics 40-cent covers. Like I'll show you what that one there might sell for. That's number $4.99. Mickey Mouse, again, these are gold key, but they're 15-cent covers. Superman Family, world's finest. Like this is a 10-cent cover, which is incredible, but it's, you know, somebody cut the eye out of it for some reason, you know. So this one here, this Blackhawk, which is a really cool comic book, but you can see it's all tore up here. All the edges are, you know, it's just the cover's barely hanging on. You can see the missing part of the top part there. So a lot of these just don't have a huge amount of value. If they were mint, if they were graded, maybe a little bit more. So this group here, I'm going to put out at the sale for $5 a comic, and you know, see if we can find any takers at $5 a comic, and maybe do 3 for 10 or 3 for 12 or something like that. All right, guys, and this here is the stuff that I'm keeping in the permanent collection. Some of it has value, some of it doesn't. Some of it just has personal value. So first off, we're going to start over here with the Joker and Catwoman. That's pretty cool. I just like it. Not a lot of value there, 30-cent cover. World's finest 10-cent cover. I like the Batman Robin look here, but it is not in great shape at all. It's just a reader copy. Same with this Detective Comics. Very excited to have an early Detective 10-cent comic issue with Batman and Robin, but of course it's got writing on the cover, and again, it's just beat up, just a reader's copy. Amazing Spider-Man, early X-Men 84, earlier X-Men number 65. Very excited to have that one there. Giant size Master of Kung Fu number 1. Sugar Spike, that's got some value to it. This is a 10-cent Superman. Not a lot of value to it because it's not in great shape. It's missing part of the back cover, but still, it's just neat. I like it, and that's going to go in the permanent collection. And so are these. Again, some early ones that are just in really bad shape overall, but still just kind of cool for the collection. And of course, going to keep some Batman. That Scooby-Doo's got a little bit of value. Those are going in the permanent collection, and I found 3 comics that I'm actually going to have graded, and I'm going to show those to you next. All right, first off, we've got the Amazing Spider-Man number 82. Not a key issue by any means. It does have Electro, and the first comic book I ever bought had Electro in it, so that kind of just means something personal to me. Always been a huge fan of the Amazing Spider-Man, and to have one with a 15-cent cover is amazing, and it's in decent enough shape that I will have it graded. And next up, we have the Marvel Team Up number 1, 20-cent issue, Spider-Man and the Human Torch. Very excited to have that. That actually has nice value to it once it's graded. But this next one is the one that really, really blew me away. Now, early on, I made a note on the screen to pay attention to this coloring book. I was surprised. In it, there was a newspaper, which was, I think, a reproduction of the Pearl Harbor newspaper from the day that they got bombed. But as I opened it up, I found this guy here, and my heart jumped. I thought for sure I had found Action Comics number 1, of course, the first appearance of Superman ever. And yeah, so no, it's not Action Comics number 1. It's Action Comics by Safeguard Soap. By 3 bath-sized soaps, you get this copy of Action Comics number 1. And I thought, well, that's cool. Definitely probably not any value there. It's just a newsprint reproduction. But man, was I wrong. If this thing grades at 9.0 or more, which I think it might, because this thing is just mint. This is over $300. So this is the 3rd comic I'm going to have graded. I'm going to take it over to my local comic book shop and have them send it in. And it might take about 6 to 12 months to get it back. But once it comes back, it should have a retail value of about $300. And before I forget, we also had the Simpsons in that grouping. I'll put them through the washing machine. They cleaned up pretty good. And that group I'll probably put on eBay for $15 as well. All right, everybody, before we wrap this thing up, I want to tell you my buddy Darren from high school reached out to me. He says, hey, I know you're into vintage toys. listen, you know, when my dad passed away, I went in his house and I found these toys that I think were meant for me. They were back from the 1970s. They never made it under the tree apparently. I don't have any, no emotional connection with these toys, so if you want them, they're yours. So I went up and picked these toys up here. Take a look at this real quick. All right, everybody, these are the toys that Darren gave me, and I cannot thank you enough, Darren. First of all, we got the Paracopter by Mr. Action. Mr. Action's Western Adventure set. There's Mr. Action himself in his camouflage briefs. And Mr. Action's, I'm going to call it another Paracopter outfit. The Tootsie Toy Jam Pack with all the toys. And this guy here, the Adventurer, which just kind of screams at me like a, I don't know, hillbilly. Hillbilly in his camo, I don't know, man. And then we got Dukes of Hazzard's model kit. Yeah, the box is not the best. I think it's all there. I'm not sure, but still kind of a neat piece to have. So Darren, thank you so much for those. Now the other thing is that he found with those toys was a Mego Aquaman, brand new in the box, mint, never been played with. He still has it to this day. And he also has a G.I. Joe figure in the box. That Aquaman is probably worth $400 to $500 in the condition that it's in. So Darren, if you ever sell it, you know who to call first. But thank you so much, Darren, for all those toys. I appreciate it. Well, that's all I got for you today, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you at the next treasure hunt. Bye, everybody.